Why older career women resent men for preferring younger women. The harsh reality. Gentlemen, I'll let you in on a little secret. Men are checking out relationships with career women, and a lot of these older women are going haywire at the lack of male partners in their later years. Comes as no surprise to me. It is said that you're free to make your choices, but not free enough to escape the consequences of your choices. And that's what's coming back to bite older women that put off committed relationships until their later years. Have you ever had a woman in her later, less fertile years act overly flirtatious with you, to the point where you can't make out what she wants from you? I know I have. Women that spend their most prime fertile years where they were most attractive in developing some career or working a job are now coming to an unsettling realization. Men don't want them. My friends, you don't realize that just like a woman holds the power of the key to sexual access, so do you own the power to something else, something even more valuable, and that's your commitment. The older she gets, the more valuable your commitment becomes to her. This is precisely why many older women looking to settle down often try to thirst-trap guys of their age, who are just now ascending in their value, to try and get a marital or long-term relationship out of them. That's why she acts more forward with you than she ever would have done in her earlier years. This is why she wants you to put the ring on it so soon. She's afraid to let you go and be left even older at the end of another unsuccessful relationship. The cat lady cliché is a dreaded reality for many women. But what do? Their hoe phase has raised their standards for men ridiculously high, unrealistic to their own SMV value. They didn't want to settle because once you've had the big salami, it's hard to go back to the average Joe. Women went around dissing broke men, deriding smaller and weaker men who were more husband material, and never once gave a thought to the fact that they were soon to face the wrath of the wall. And what is it about careers that reduces a woman's dating pool of potential matches? Most people are used to the idea that men making more money and being more successful will open more doors for them in the dating marketplace. But they don't know that this actually works in reverse for women. The more money a man makes, the more doors open. The more money a woman makes, the more doors close. The womanist movement for too long has made women believe in a warped idea of gender equality, but it doesn't work so simply. Evolution and natural selection is the ultimate arbiter of what is true, not our subjective garbage. Women are hypergamous by nature. They want someone who's more, bigger, better, so why would they settle for someone who makes less money than them? Career women, especially ones in law or HR, are making good money in their 30s and are looking for a man that makes even more than them, or they won't feel attracted to him otherwise. This is the dark side of female empowerment and employment. Women have a rapidly shrinking dating pool the smarter and richer they get. This combined with the fact that more women are graduating more high school than boys. Women are now hopelessly searching for a man that meets the high requirements that their earlier sexual overindulgence has set, while who also commits to them long-term in a monogamous relationship. Now friends, look at the flip side. The more money a man makes, the more doors open. So why is he incentivized to settle down with some has-been hoe who's past her prime when he himself is finally getting on his stride? When for the first time in his life he's starting to have some choice over the woman he dates, or even multiple. This is where the conflict of interest happens, and trust me, women aren't the ones that luck out in the end. It's simple supply and demand at this point. The man in his 30s who's having so many options thrown at him, why would he pick a 30s career woman? Why? He wouldn't. Instead, he'll go for the young, hot 23-year-old who gives him great sex and whines less than the 30-year-old smartass who thinks she's too good for you. In a kinda cruel paradox, less successful women have more dating options than career-oriented, high-earning women even of the same age. Why would a successful, smart, good-looking man want to deal with a masculine woman who doesn't listen to him, doesn't submit, and doesn't act feminine? Why would a man ever want his relationship to be another competition, another battle he has to fight? He wouldn't. Men around the world want a sexy, feminine, and submissive woman who wants to be his peace, his place of solace and comfort, and that is the exact opposite of what these career women bring to the table. I was reading The Rational Male by Rollo Tomasi and came across something very interesting. Men around the world, when polled, put a woman's socioeconomic status very low on the list of priorities for a woman to date. But women put great importance on a man's earning capacity and wealth indicators. It all goes back to the caveman days, gentlemen, because males of the tribes were the ones who were responsible for the provision of resources, especially in a woman's vulnerable years during pregnancy. This is the dynamic that has carried over to the modern world. There's also another reason that men are checking out of dating career women. I'm sure you're witness to it sometime. But I'll give you an interesting statistic. Did you know that a vast majority, more than 70% of all divorces in the modern world, are initiated by women? Yes, and that too, the biggest reason for it is because the man is no longer economically attractive to the woman. Women are attracted to resources, power, wealth, and she cannot get wet in the bed with you even if she tried, because she simply doesn't feel you have more than her. One of the most interesting things I recently found out is this. Can you guess what demographic of men do women have the most orgasms with? Is it tall men, attractive men, muscular men, interracial men? No, women are most turned on by wealthy men. It blew my mind when I first found this out. Something that has nothing to do with physical attractiveness was what got the most intense physical reaction from women. Goes to show how sex is more in the mind than it is down there. And great sex is what releases the dopamine she so craves. That's what makes her fall in love with you and fall out of love with you if she doesn't get it for long enough. Gentlemen, life in many ways is even harder for the average male than it used to be. Imagine the scenario where not just your material well-being but your sexual fulfillment and reproductive success is so tightly linked to the amount of money you make. There's a saying that's common in financial circles. It's about to be have-nots and have-yachts. Well, I'd like to add this to quote another dimension. It's about to be have-nots and have-thoughts. It's your choice now which side you want to be on, but you'll still have to put in the work. You'll need to outsmart the guy across the street if you truly want to be a successful man in all realms. Because if you aren't, no one else is going to do it for you. This is why I created a great resource like this channel. This is where you'll find information that gets you ahead of the starting line. This is information that will take your game with women to the next level. The red pill will set you free. So like the video and hit the subscribe button. Let the YouTube algorithm know that this is the kind of high quality content that the modern man wants to learn. Until next time.